So we're not really doing very much here at all. Ideally, we're just here, present with what is here. And if we're truly present, our mind is silent, there are no thoughts, and we're just here. And really, that's a wonderful opportunity for anyone in a physical body to actually have an opportunity to relax and relax into presence and peace and silence where the mind is not active. Because out there in the world, doesn't the mind tend to be just a little bit active? Has anyone noticed that? And sometimes it's fun, and sometimes it's not so much fun. But the one thing it's not is it's not an awakened state. To be lost in the mind, a mind that never stops thinking, is a very unconscious state. It's an unawakened state. An awakened state, when we're truly awake, we're utterly here with what is here. We're present with what is here. And you'll notice if you really become present with what is here, everything outside of here, everything that is not of here now, just dissolves. It's not here. You see, the only access you have to a life outside of this moment is through thinking. There is no other way to experience life outside of this moment. It's actually impossible. But when you think, you take yourself outside of the moment. You take yourself somewhere into the past or future, somewhere other than actually here now. And there's really nothing wrong with that either. That's okay. Unless you believe in your thoughts, unless you believe that your memories are somehow accurate reflections of your past, because they're not. Unless you believe that your imagining into the future has anything to do with truth, because it doesn't. There is absolutely nothing wrong with thinking, as long as you don't believe in it as true. There is nothing wrong with having your opinions about anything, as long as you don't believe in them as true. There's nothing wrong with concepts and ideas, as long as you're just playing in the world of idea and concept. Just play there, enjoy. But what is missing for most people is this foundation, this awakened foundation of presence. If that's missing in your life, if you're not able to relax at will into the deepest level of silence and presence, if you're unable to relax at will, then the foundation is missing, the center is missing. There's no center. So naturally you're going to get thrown into the past, into the future, from happy to sad, from joy to pain, from despair to hope, and back to despair. You're going to get tossed around by life because there's no real center. There's no foundation without presence. And the truth is, humanity is so lost in that mind which never stops thinking. We're so habituated to thinking that for the most part, almost 6 billion of us have no center established within us. That's what awakening is. Awakening is awakening that center within, opening that center within, so that now there is a center within duality. Yes, you have hot here. Yes, you have cold here. But you somehow dwell in the center and you flow easily from one to the other without disturbance. Happy, sad, joy, pain, long, short. Now there's a center. And to awaken means to be established in the center. That's what awakening is. You're established in the center. How do you come to the center? Where is the center? The center is revealed through the present moment. You in the present moment, that's the center. The I am of you, that's the center. Through the doorway of the present moment, you come into the center of your being, of yourself. You're in the center now. Who is in the center? I am. And somehow life feels different when you're in the center. Life feels different. You feel different. Because you're in the center now. You're grounded in presence. You're not a victim of life anymore. You're the master. What are you the master of? You're the master of your mind and ego. Your mind is no longer racing non-stop with one thought and then another. Your ego is no longer running your show. You're no longer functioning as an ego. You're an awakened being now. And I can tell you, for those of you on a spiritual path, for those that have been seeking enlightenment forever, it is no big deal. To be an enlightened, fully awakened, eternal being is no big deal. Who was that?
That was my stomach.
That was your stomach. That is true. Your stomach is singing in agreement with what I'm sharing. Now, why do I say it's no big deal? Because we've made it such a big deal that it becomes unattainable. We think it has to do with perfection and some unattainable goal. If only I can get enlightened. I'm waiting for the big bang. Then suddenly robes will appear on me, all by themselves, and I'll be able to walk on water. And I'll speak in parables. And they'll make statues of me and bow down before me. That'd be nice. It's no big deal. Now, why do I say enlightenment or awakening is no big deal? Because it is your natural state. That's all. It's a return to the truth of who you are. It's a return to your natural state. It is completely unnatural to be lost in a mind that never stops thinking. It's completely unnatural to be lost in your story, believing somehow in your story is true. Your story is an illusion. The story of your life is an illusion. Without memory and thought and imagining, what story? Who are you without that? Who are you in this moment without any thought? If you have no access to thought right now, who are you and where is your story? Where is your suffering? Where are your parents who weren't there for you? Where are they? They're not here. They weren't here either when you were a child. That was the problem. Who are you without your memories, your thoughts? You're an awakened being, that's who you are. You're an eternal being. You're a present being. And it's no big deal. If you declare yourself enlightened, the first thing I would ask you is, oh, very nice, now tell me, who is enlightened? I am. How can you make something special out of I am? You need to go into the mind to make something special out of it. I am, thou art, God is. That's about it. Isness is.